Also, if you guys can do me a favor, like if you guys are like taking video or taking any kind of photos for like Instagram or whatever, can you guys just snap them and tag me in them? Because like I don't have a videographer or photographer, but if y'all are, then that helps me a lot. Does that make sense? Cool. Okay. So today we're going to be talking all about how to use short form video. There is going to be a lot of videos in it, so you're going to see me at one point in time take the mic down, so that way you can hear because it's not connected to the audio up there. Make sense? Okay. So my name is Keenya. I teach people how to use video marketing and social media. I've been doing what I've been doing a long time, and we're going to talk about my whole story in there today. So I know that a lot of times people feel like because I teach video or TikTok that I'm like this 21-year-old. I may look 21, but I'll be 43 this month. Happy birthday to me. But today we're going to talk about what is short video, content styles that work, where it's available, and conversion strategies, okay? So also, because we have 30 minutes, I have to speed through the presentation because I want to make sure that I end on time. So if it feels like I'm going really fast, I probably am, but I want to make sure that I honor the time. Make sense? Okay, who here is not currently creating on video, short video? Okay, all right, cool. Who is doing it very consistently? Okay, who is crushing it? Okay, it's good to know who's in the room, so that way when you're teaching and speaking, you know who you're talking to, okay? All right, so also, you don't need to take pictures of the slides. I'm not a really good slide maker, so it's fine. But if you want them, if you just go to Instagram and you just DM me the word slides, the slides will immediately come to you. They'll come to you on Instagram and they'll come to you on email. Is that okay? Cool? And you know we black, we talk to each other, right? I'm not expecting y'all to be like, yes! So, I want the yes, okay? All right. All right, so this is a room of like a lot of brown people. So I'm like, y'all know, we talk, right? Okay, cool. All right, so I did not get started on TikTok or Instagram. My journey basically got started back in like 2016, and I was using an app called Periscope. Who knows about Periscope? Okay, that's the app that I got started using because I was working for Sprint Corporate, and I saw people making money online, and I was like, they can do it, I can do it, I don't know what I'm doing, but I can do it too. And so I just kind of got on Periscope and started like creating, we didn't call it content back then, but I was kind of teaching what it was that I knew because I've been in sales a long time, made companies millions and millions of dollars, so I was just kind of teaching what I knew. And so people started wanting to hire me to like help them, and I was like, I work for Sprint Corporate, like that doesn't, what do you mean? It didn't make sense to me because again, I was focused on like Facebook and all that, and eventually migrated over to short form video. Now, the thing to understand is that, first of all, I didn't know what I was doing. Who can relate to that? Right? I got on there and was like, what is going on? You know, I felt like I was 95 years old. I was like, man, I feel like an old granny. Nothing wrong with being a granny, but you feel that way when you're creating. Nobody wants to feel like you're old, right? You know? So that's kind of how I felt. I also didn't understand how to use any of the buttons. Anybody trying to use TikTok and you're like, what? Anybody here? You're like, what is the what? Like, it took me 6 months to learn how to use a 3-second timer. Some of y'all are like, what? What is that? Exactly. I also didn't understand why everybody was singing and dancing. I was like, what is going on? So I started singing and dancing because, you know, I'm a good dancer, but that wasn't going to make me any money. But I also didn't understand what was really happening with the platform. So, because what happened for me was, I'm somebody who prays. At the beginning of 2020, I was feeling this, something was happening. And so I was praying, like, God, what am I supposed to do? And he said, I want you to get on TikTok. I said, that's the devil. You know, that is the devil. That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. But I am really used to talking to God about creative marketing strategies. And so I was like, what if something's happening and I just don't know it and it's actually him talking, right? So I spent all of 2020 like trying to create content, like because nobody was teaching TikTok at the beginning of 2020. And so eventually I had a video that went viral. And it wasn't about business, it was me being me. And then it clicked. God is trying to tell me something. I'm like, God is trying to tell you. Anyway, I was like, he's trying to tell me something. So let me just double down and see what is happening. And so Fast forward, everything just exploded because I was already somebody who knew how to speak, knew how to teach, but I needed something to propel me, and that's kind of what God was telling me. And so, fast forward today, we're at over 500,000 followers on TikTok, 26. Thank you. Now, 26,000 on Instagram, 6K on YouTube. 6K doesn't seem like a lot on YouTube, but man, YouTube grows slow, right? Anybody like, I got 3, exactly. Right, exactly. We've made over $2 million in our business. I was the face, thanks guys. I ended up being the face of a TikTok holiday campaign in 2021. So I was all over the Wall Street Journal, New York Times. I mean, I was like everywhere. I'm like, how am I still single? I was everywhere, but anyway, whatever. I ended up on campaigns with Bumble. Like, they flew me to Austin to do this, like, dating after divorce campaign. I'm like, how am I still single after that? It's fine. God has protected me. All right? And so it's just been an incredible journey since then. So I'm sharing all that to say that when you are putting yourself out there online, you have these really cool opportunities, whether it's you as a content creator or it's you marketing your business. But if you're not putting things out there, then you're hiding. That's my preach. Okay. Now, the one thing to understand about short form video is that if you look at all the businesses in 2019, they all look their own way, right? But fast forward today, they all look like TikTok, right? And it's not because everybody's just trying to look like TikTok. They're doing that because something has happened. Something is working, okay? And so we're not going to go into all that today because we'll have a little bit of time, but it's important to know that if you're still doing this over here, that is great, but in addition to what is currently working, adding short form video to your marketing mix is going to be beneficial. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to skip through that. Okay, so what you need to learn is basically what is the culture of short form video and how can you create content that is on brand for you and for your company, okay? So if I skip, that's just because I want to make sure we get through everything, okay? Got it? Cool. And I talk really fast. I grew up in Chicago, and the word was that you got to talk really fast to avoid getting beat up. That was the rule. I'm not kidding. And so I learned how to be a hostage negotiator, right? So I'm still kind of traumatized, but that's why I still kind of do it. So what is short form video? All right, so the average attention span of a person is 8 seconds. 8! That's insane, right? How many of y'all would agree that when you're on social, you see something, scroll, 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 and that's like half a second, right? So when you're creating, when you're trying to learn what is short form video, it is basically where you are just trying to capture your audience's attention, share a short message with them, and then draw them in for additional. That's my short breakdown of it, okay? So it doesn't mean that all your videos have to be under 8 seconds. No, it's just understanding that if the average attention span of a person is 8 seconds, then you've got a short window of time to capture their attention and keep their attention. Make sense? That's why saying, oh, hey guys, or introducing yourself is not what you want to do, right? Because you only got that 1 second, okay? Make sense? Okay. So it's important to know that good videos, we stay. Bad videos, we do what? We leave. Exactly, okay? So one of the things to know is that short video allows you to share a quick message and enough to keep and enough to grab and keep your audience's attention. So this is a video here. I use this video everywhere that I go. And this company was trying to sell wigs, okay? So they jumped on a TikTok sound trend and used this to sell wigs. Let me show it to you. Oh, sorry, hold on, audio. Hold on, there we go. Some of y'all know that sound.
Girl, don't do it. It's not working.
Y'all can hear it?
I'm not gonna do it, girl. I'm just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
Okay. Now, as funny as that is, a person who wears wigs may say, I want that wig. Right? Because she went from not knowing what the wig was going to look like to this is what it looks like on somebody. You're like, because we all have ordered online and we're like, what is this? Right? But this shows you this is what you're going to get when you order from this particular company. Okay? Also, it gives you permission to use creativity to connect with your audience. Anybody here love Chipotle? I am a huge, I'm a huge Chipotle fan. Like, I'm connected. Like, I just moved back to Houston 2 weeks ago, and a friend of mine was like, yeah. And I'm so glad to see all these black people. I'm like, oh God, thank you, we still exist. I'm not kidding, I was in San Diego. I haven't been asked on a date in 10 years. I was like, Jesus Christ. But as soon as I landed, the man was like, hi, I was like, hey. So, like, so serious. Anyway, so the first thing I said was like, can somebody take me to Chipotle? So a friend of mine took me to Chipotle. Anyway, so Chipotle decided to, like, those of us that love Chipotle, we know that each meal of Chipotle should last you 3 servings. It should, it's massive. But we love it so much that we just keep eating. We're like, well, I'm just gonna put it out back for later, right? So because Chipotle knows that about us, they played on it. Okay? So the point is that if you and your brand are trying to find creative ways to create short form video content, it's not that you gotta do something massive. It's something like groundbreaking, but it's just knowing your audience. Okay? Make sense? Alright, we'll keep going. Okay, so it's not about saying a lot in your videos. It's about saying one thing fast and effectively, okay? Like she was talking about, what's your name again? Katie. She was talking about HP and the AI, new laptop and all that. There's some creative things that can happen. Okay, for example, she gave a presentation about all the things she was saying. And she barely hit on the AI laptop. But guess what the whole time when she was, I got it, I'm a marketer. The whole time when she was talking, it was amazing. You're watching this and you went, they're gonna solve the problems. Got it. So how many of y'all were like, I'm gonna look up that laptop, right? So that's a correct way. I mean, granted, she talked for however she long, for her presentation, but there's these quick, short ways to go. And now everybody's interested in learning about that laptop. I know I am. Okay, what type of content works well on TikTok or short video? Everything, okay? Like everything. There's a guy named Old Man Pete. He's 83 years old. He makes sandwiches, oatmeal, he makes his bed, and he dances beside his cat. 1.5 million followers. Dr. Mary Claire Haber is a gynecologist who's in menopause, started learning about her menopause journey, and she's like, oh my God, I'm a bad doctor. Starts teaching about what she's learning on TikTok 4 years ago. Fast forward to the New York Times bestseller, the book called The New Menopause, millions and millions and millions of followers everywhere. Why? She learned something, and she started teaching it to her audience. Now, that's not 30-year-olds watching her. They're not thinking about menopause. That's us. We're like, why is it so hot in here? Right? What is happening with my skin? Why is this going on? Anybody menopause people? Y'all don't talk about it. I got my fan in my purse, okay? So the whole point is that all types of content works. It's about you learning what's going to work for you and who you're trying to reach, okay? So you can directly sell like this, and I'm going to go fast.
Stop thinking about skincare as something that's only for the neck up. Remember that body care.
So you can talk all about whatever you're trying to sell, okay? You can also use creativity like Happy Birthday Grimace. Who here knows about Happy Birthday Grimace? Okay, so McDonald's came out with this shake called the Grimace Shake because Grimace was turning 30. Grimace ain't real, but whatever. And so they wanted to celebrate Grimace's birthday. Grimace, the purple thing. So they made this purple shake, okay? And they didn't do this. People on TikTok did this. They went to McDonald's, are getting this shake, and they started acting like that they died as a result of drinking this shake. But they acted like somebody killed them, right? And I know it sounds morbid, in these creative videos. But what happened was, it exploded. Everybody all over the world starts doing this Grimace shake thing. The CEO or something like that of McDonald's gets on TikTok and says, thank you guys so much, because obviously it makes them billions of dollars. Thank you guys so much. Next thing you know, he gets kidnapped. And he dies. So he plays into, not real, but he plays into what TikTok did. So let me show you real quick. So dumb, so dumb. So it sounds morbid, but you don't have to do something that dramatic, but I'm just saying that when you learn your audience, you learn how to play into your audience. So that was for that audience, right? Chipotle was for that audience, okay? The wig company was for that audience. And it's just about how can I create content to resonate with my people. So me, I'm an educator. I teach people how to make money online. So I do a lot of micro learning. I will teach you one thing in each video. Not a whole lot of things, but one thing in each video. I'm gonna breeze past this.
There's a tip to go viral on TikTok.
Okay, so that's one, okay? Another thing may be storytelling, right? This is a lady, she had a house, her kids grew, she needed a bigger house, and the people that built her house filmed her telling her testimonial, video goes viral, and of course they get more customers.
Who this house back in 2015? It was like a little...
Okay, so you may say, oh, this is boring. Not for a person who wants to buy a house, right? Not for someone who wants to get a house built, okay? So you don't have to be happy birthday grimace, you can be just as simple as that, okay? And then another thing, one of my favorite videos is selling products. Now, to sell products, you can directly sell, of course, but one of the healthiest and easiest ways to get people to buy is doing what we call soft selling, where you're not selling them, but you are selling them, like this.
Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
I love this video. So they use audio, they use lighting. They never said buy our foundation, but they just said buy our foundation, okay? And they've got free marketing from me for like the last 4 years, because I always use that. That's Dr. Mary Claire Haber. She's the woman teaching about menopause on all social medias. She does reaction content where someone says A, B, C. She either agrees with them or disagrees. We're not gonna watch it for the sake of time. Okay, anybody know who Risa Tisa is? Yeah. Y'all like, yeah. Well, storytelling works extremely well. I'm not saying as a brand that you want to go and tell all your business, right? But she was not as a brand, she was herself, okay? So if you want to be a content creator, you want to be able to share your journey and things of that nature, storytelling works really well. We all watched Risa go from 50,000 followers to almost 4 million in a matter of weeks, right? And now everything has changed in her entire life. Again, you decide what you share. Okay, if you want to be a personal brand sharing, you don't have to tell everybody everything. You know, oftentimes we feel like we have to do that, but we really don't. People want to know what you're willing to share. People don't know what's all going on with me moving to Houston, but they know all of what I've shared so far. Make sense? Okay, keep going. Also tutorials. This is a young lady teaching you how to make mac and cheese. 96 million views. This girl can cook. Okay, I like watching, I'm like, man, whose mama taught you? Because good Lord, she's amazing, okay? But all she does is teach you, because she's going to make mac and cheese for her husband or whatever anyway, and she just shot it and posted it up on social media. We're not going to watch it. Okay? Okay, so where is the short video available? Don't know how much time we have left? Anybody? Thank you. Okay, thank you. So you can do short form video on Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Pinterest Idea Pins, and LinkedIn just recently launched Shorts, but it's not available to everybody yet, okay? Now listen, if you don't want to use TikTok, you don't have to. You don't want to use Instagram, you don't have to. I have a client, we taught her how to use TikTok. She started taking everything she was creating on TikTok and putting it on Facebook. $2 million later, she's excited. She's very happy. Facebook Reels. Okay? I'm just saying that in case you're like, oh, I don't want to. You don't have to. It's about learning how to and then doing on your preferred platform. Make sense? Cool. All right. Conversion tools. This is one of my favorites. Okay? So one of the easiest ways to sell whatever it is you're selling, especially if you're not doing paid ads, is what we're going to talk about next. First thing is what is happening in your bio. We have a tendency to say, oh, I love cats, I love dogs, I love Jesus. I do, but nobody cares, right? The people that came to my account are looking for something specific based upon whatever my content is about. So as a personal brand, I teach people how to make money online. So when they come to my profile, they want to see who is she, who does she help, does she help me, right? So on this account, I just say, I teach female business owners how to use something, right? There's a whole lot more to me than that, but I use social media as real estate. Does that make sense? So if you go to Walgreens and CVS, you can't buy a Big Mac. You can only buy what they say that they're selling in their store. So when I look at social, like our bios, that is me saying, this is who I am and what I do, how you can work with me. Does that make sense? Especially from an organic marketing standpoint, the platforms no longer want us to say link in bio. Okay? In case you guys did not know that, when we say link in bio in our content becomes suppressed. Okay? Because Instagram, they're business. They have to make money. They have employees who have to get paid. And so if everybody's doing everything organically, it's hurting them financially, right? So they're not letting us do as much as we used to, which is why in your bio, make your bio help sell for you. Make sense? Okay. All right. Next thing you can do to sell is your comment section. Okay? People comment on my videos, I am talking. We are talking, hey girl, hey, boy, hey, all the things. Why? Because if you're there, you enjoyed something, you're engaging, I need to engage you back, okay? Now, it can be a lot if you end up going viral, but this is why you can hire a social media manager or part-time a virtual assistant to help you with that, okay? Another thing, maybe text on screen. I do like this video, I'm gonna show it, just because it's me. Confused how to grow on TikTok? Right? And so my text on screen was DM me for help. Okay? So I didn't say, join my 3-day challenge, DM me for help. It said it on screen, and guess what happened? Everybody sent a DM. And now we not only can talk to them once, but we can talk to them forever. Because they're in our DM until they block us, right? But most people don't block us. You know, we're not really crazy, but now you can talk to them forever. Make sense? Okay, let's keep going. Okay, direct call to action. We're going to skip this because they don't like it. Okay, let's keep going. Another thing is on TikTok, we'll skip this. Okay, so one of the things I like to talk about is DM automation tools. It's not currently available on TikTok, but I've been saying this for the last 2 years that the DMs are going to open on TikTok. Well, as of last month, the DM is now open even more on TikTok stories. We can talk about that later, but it's going to come on TikTok at some point in time. But you can use a tool like Go High Level software, which allows you to program a flow, right? For example, like I told you guys today, if you wanted my slides, you can go to Instagram and comment on something, or you can send me a DM with the word slides, like presentation slides. We program the flow, okay? And so now, if you comment slides, an automated message is gonna say, hey, check your DM. When you go into your DM, it's gonna ask you for your name, your email address, is gonna give you the slides, right? So for you, let's just say you're selling wigs, okay? And you can say, comment the word lace front, or whatever. They comment the word lace front, it comments back to them and says, hey, check your DM, I got a link for you. Inside their inbox message, without you being there, it is now giving them the link to that lace front. Right? You can check back with them and say, hey, did you buy? Did you buy? Like right now, my assistant is commenting back on all these people that commented about, I think, a webinar we're doing next week. And she's commenting, hey, did you register yet? Guess what? We couldn't do that without some type of tool like that, okay? And so this works on Instagram, on all the things with Instagram, as well as on Facebook pages. So here's an example of people commenting guide and what happened to them. All these people commenting and we're just like, right? So sometimes I will post at nighttime around like 7 or 8 o'clock. I won't think about it and I'll wake up the next morning and go, whoa, that's amazing. Because it works really well. Because people want what we have, whatever you have, you just have to offer it to them in a great way. Thank you. Okay? So if you have a Facebook personal page, or YouTube Shorts, or LinkedIn Shorts, or Pinterest Idea Pins, this tool does not work. Okay? However, let's just say you create a video, you say, comment the word guide, right? And they're doing that on Instagram and Facebook all the time. I take the same video, I'll post it on YouTube and everywhere. And people are commenting these words, and the chat bot is not talking to them because it doesn't work. But guess what? My assistant does. She goes back and says, hey, you commented webinar, here's the link. Now we've got all this engagement, and those platforms continue to push out our content because everybody's engaging. Gotta be strategic, okay? So your brand literally has an opportunity to reach an entirely new audience if you learn how to use short form video. Do not focus on going viral. Viral is great, but viral is not a business strategy, okay? It's awesome when it happens, but if it doesn't, you can't say it doesn't work. We have a client, she's an immigration attorney, and she was like, I want to go viral, and I want this, and 10,000 followers, blah, 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 whatever. So she posts a video, and she gets like, I think it was like 8,000 views, and she comes to the office from over the weekend, her team is going crazy, and she is like, what's wrong with y'all? They said, what did you do? And she was like, what do you mean? They said, we had 100 calls to the law office over the weekend because of 8,000 views on whatever platform it was, and 10 people paid her. So does she care she don't have 10,000 followers? No. Does she care she didn't go viral? No. That's not what she wanted. She wanted more clients. Okay? Another one of our clients makes candy. She made a video. It was a terrible video. I mean, absolutely terrible. Right? But she made $600. 6 views. $600 because it reached the right person. Make sense? Okay. All right. So I know we're like done, but we have one question. Like Michelle's like right there. It's like one question. Anybody got a question? I will be here the rest of the event if anybody has any questions. No questions? No questions? Oh, that's great. Okay. So again, if y'all want the slides, you can just DM the word slides and we'll send them to you. Okay? Thank you guys so much.
Y'all give it up for Keenya. Kelly. Isn't it great? Here, we have a gift for you. Da, 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 da. Thanks for being here with us at the Marketing for the Culture Summit 2024. Give her a hand. All right. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Hold on, pause, my boss is talking. Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. All right. Got to give Keenya some props. My first viral TikTok came from her $7 7-day thing. So I got my audience in. Here we go. All right. Ladies, come on in. If you're coming in, come on in. We're about to keep this show rolling. Are you having a good time? Let me hear you say, yeah? Yeah, we're moving and we're cooking with grease. Amen. Now, in the next 3 minutes, DJ start getting the move music ready, or I will start singing. We are about to have a panel. We are about to have the Corporate Catalyst Mastering Your Role panel. Now, please make sure that we are engaging our panel as our team. Y'all give it up for the team. You see they moving? They got that black on, they moving fast and putting stuff in order. We have 3 minutes until the panel starts. DJ, get us some music. Get us some music as we transition to this panel.